Number one, you inspire him to become a better person. Now, you don't nag him. You're not trying to change him. He just wants to become a better version of himself when he's with you. Number two, he genuinely sees you as a partner. He believes that you would accomplish more and get more out of life together than you would alone. He therefore tries to integrate himself into your life and allows you into his. Number three, he feels desired by you. He is confident and playful. He is not trying to validate the relationship or how you feel about him. He goes around on the assumption that you are into him just as much as he is into you. And number four, he feels respected and valued. He's more than happy to help you and share his advice because he knows that you truly cherish, respect, and value it.
That's the thing. You can cook for him. You can clean for him. You can financially support him. You can do everything in the world for him. You can love him better than he's ever been loved before. You could share your location. You could share your phone and your passcode. You can unadd all those people, cut off all the friends that they don't like. You could drive them around everywhere. You can listen to all their problems. You could stay up all night having deep conversations. You can provide for them, care for them, marry them, risk it all for them. You can give him all the loyalty in the world, but that doesn't mean that you'll get any of those things back. A man will commit to you when he respects you and he develops the discipline within himself to respect that partnership and appreciate that partnership. Number one, he may have had trauma in his past relationship that caused him to have an inability to really form organic relationships. Number two, he might not really value you. He may view you as replaceable. And that's something you have to be honest with. And last but not least, he may be immature, and this is usually the case. He just doesn't comprehend or realize the value that you're bringing him. And if he doesn't comprehend and realize the value that you're bringing him, you need to take it away. Because if you're constantly bringing him value and he's not appreciating what you're giving him, you need to pull away, because what will happen is he'll start gaining leverage. He'll become ungrateful. He'll think that you need him rather than him needing you. And his ego will grow to a level where he'll become blind. And he won't be able to give you what you want. And that's a very dangerous and toxic relationship to be in.
This is by far the number one thing that women need to understand about men. Every woman out there knows the feeling of what it's like when there is a man over pursuing her, especially early on in the dating process. If you have a guy out there right now that you're talking to that you're wondering if he's interested because you're putting in all the effort, you're scheduling the dates, you're always texting him first, you have to understand the difference between that guy not pursuing you and that other guy over pursuing you. Now, I'm not telling you that you need to be interested in the guy that's doing too much, but what I will tell you is men are very decisive. We know what we want. If we're not pursuing something with you, we're pursuing something with somebody else, or we are emotionally unavailable and cannot be in a relationship. Now, if you have to pick between those two options of dating a guy who's either emotionally unavailable or trying to date a guy who's not interested, understand that both options are terrible. You have to focus on guys that are willing to put in the effort and pursue you.
How do you get a man to commit? I've been doing everything. I've been, washing his clothes. I've been taking care of his kids. I've been doing his resume. I've been giving him as much sex as he wants, because I need him to think I'm that chick. I'm that ride or die chick. And here's the principle that I need you to understand. Don't ever forget this. Men commit to women. A man will commit to you not based on what you do for him. A man commits to you based on who you are to him. I'll say it again. He doesn't commit to you based on what you do for him. You think you can do all of these things, but he commits to you based on who you are to him. He makes a calculation. Are you a nurturer? Are you empowered? Do you make me want to become a better version of myself? That's how you get a man to commit. Do you do that?
People do not like needy people. When a person is needy, they become overwhelming. They become taxing. And people do not like to be drained. Instead, they like people who are self-sufficient, people who are sure about themselves, and people who already have it going on for themselves before they join in the party. So when you are a woman who already has yourself figured out, who's already doing your own thing and succeeding at what you're doing, you're already fulfilled in life, that is very magnetic. That is very powerful. And it makes a man stop in his tracks and try to figure out who the heck you are and how the heck you became who you are. And it will absolutely make him want to have you, because he's like, wow, she's very special. There's something about her that I have to have in my life.
Men have commitment issues for one or all of the following reasons. Number one, he hasn't yet clarified what is important to him in his life. He doesn't have a clear vision, a purpose, something that is pulling him forward in life. He hasn't yet fully committed to himself. Therefore, how on earth is he meant to commit to a woman? Number two, he fears losing his independence. And there's a couple reasons for this. The first is that as men, one of our core values is freedom. The freedom to create, explore, adventure, to be with our mates, and to be in solitude. Growing up, this man likely had a very controlling mother, and he has a deep fear on a subconscious level that he doesn't want to create something similar in his adult life. But the paradox is, it's very likely that this is the kind of relationship that he will end up in. But that is a story for another day. It is important for this man that has commitment issues to clarify what his vision is, to clarify what his purpose is, to get clear on where he is going. Then it's important for this man to create a plan, a clear way forward. Once a man commits to himself, then he can commit to a woman.